Hi, and welcome back to Rally.nor Overland project. Today I'm going to take the IMS tank and swap it out with the original. But first, of course, I got to siphon it because it's full of petrol and yeah, well, don't want to spill anything. So while this is siphoning, I'm going to take off all the plastics and make everything I can do clear and yeah, make it ready for the swap. So stay tuned. Now, I'm just cutting in here because, you know, this is the IMS tank installation instructions. Now, I don't think this is it doesn't deserve to come with this tank because it's a really good quality tank, I'm sure of it. But you know, when you have such a phenomenal product, why can't you just make a good instruction, not like this? There are a lot of bits and pieces to mount here. You gotta mount all these brackets and all this stuff, and there's a lot of screws and small parts, and yes, it's a list of parts here, but hey, even the seat hook, the hook that are going on top here to hook your seat, this piece, it doesn't say anything about it. It's no pictures, it's no nothing. You just have to sort it out yourself. Well, that said, I'm going to make this, it's no problem. But you got to think this around a bit before you start installing your tank. So, but I want to say that all these screws and parts, I use some thread lock. Yes, and I know that it's somebody wouldn't agree with me on that, but I'm not going to remove these parts. They are going to sit here in a lifetime. And there's also one more thing. As you don't have any washers or anything, and the screws are quite loose in their holes, you might be afraid to over tighten them because you don't want them to loosen, and that's why also I use the thread lock, so I don't have to worry about over tightening. I just tighten them just a little bit, and I know that they are not going to unscrew themselves. So I think this is going to be perfect. I'm not going to use Loctite on these 4 holes for the fuel pump because there will be a rubber sealing, so a little bit tension will be put here anyway, and therefore I see no need to use any Loctites here. Okay, another thing, there are actually 2 holes here. They are in the same place that the OEM tank has their ventilation inlets or outlets, as you want, but they are also blinded inside. Makes me think that instead of using the cap to vacuum from the camel tank installed here, instead of using this for the vacuum, and if you are very daring, you can drill these holes and you can mount your vacuum hose from the camel tank straight into here instead. But then then again, your tank cap needs to be 100% tight, not letting any air in. So that's just a thought. I'm not going to do that now, but maybe I'll work on that later. So back to work for me. Now, so I just mounted the fuel pump into the IMS tank. It's a bit narrow. It's hard to get the floating device in there with all the stuff inside, but with a little bit of pressure, it's okay. Just stretched my new fuel line from the camel tank, and right here behind the frame it's a small hook that originally was used for the air vent hose. It works fine to just put the new hose into that, and now I'm just going to find a natural way to lead the fuel hose and just have some cable ties and strap it down. Just make sure that you don't get any twerks on the hose, so that you can suck some fuel out of the camel tank too. Okay, I think this is going to be fantastic. Let's see. Well, so I actually found a little problem because I have all the connections done. You know, the fuel pump and everything is installed. The rubber grommets for the mounting, everything is ready to set the tank down on the frame, but this is kind of a problem, and I don't know if you're going to see this, but this part here is a small plastic part, leads to tubes. These are for the brake fluid and the ABS, I think. I don't know for sure, but I think that's the ABS unit and the brake fluids. What's the problem is when I'm trying to set the tank down, it's too narrow. I can't get it down here, and if I squeeze it down very hard, then I'm afraid that we are going to rub a hole in the tank on the inside because of this. So I got to turn my head around this and sort out what I'm going to do. I believe that also the IMS tank was actually molded to a rally model without the ABS, so therefore they had no problem and no issues with this. But this is the European standard, and I also think that it's going to be the standard for the American models in the future, or maybe it's you can choose, I don't know. But well, we'll just have to see how this goes, and if I can get it fit here at all. Maybe I can unclamp the tubes and maybe get it to fit. We'll see. Well, so you see, I'm just going to unclamp it like this and leave this open. Maybe this is the few millimeters that I need to squeeze my tank inside there, because it's not much. It's just like yeah, just a bit. And if this is all it takes, then I might just tear this part off, so it's not going to rub on anything and just stay there like this. Yeah, it's no need for it anyway, because yeah, the tubes are firmly fitted into here anyway, so I'm just going to rip it off. Okay. Well, as you can see, I have just I didn't break this off, this little piece, and I also had to break off some of the mounting here too. Now this seems to be fine, but the new problem that I got now is I think it's somewhere around here, and if you can see this dirt here, this is actually where the original tank was pushing on my cables, and I believe that this is also the area where it pushes on the IMS tank too. So I'm going to try to sort this out and see if I can actually make it fit. Okay. Well, so finally we have something done. The IMS tank is finally in place. It took a while. It was really a fiddly thing to get this fitted, and it's really hard to get it in there if your wiring connections and everything is making it very tight. You did see my photos and short clips of what I did. Also another thing that I was not too impressed about is actually the seat hook. Yeah, I'm sorry. The seat hook on here, I'll show you a picture now. The seat hook, I had to actually chop it off a bit, grind it, because under the seat, this slot for the seat hook, I just couldn't get the seat long enough forward like this because it created a problem with the screws and the holes back here. I couldn't get these bolts fitted, so I had to actually grind it off a bit to make it fit. And yeah, it's very narrow, and yeah, not much space. That also says that they have done everything, the IMS has done everything they can to take as much space as they could to fill it up with fuel, and that's a good thing. That's absolutely what we are looking for. So all in all, I think this should have been better. I'm not saying that you can't understand anything. I'm just saying this doesn't match the product. So if they have used weeks to make this product, they could have taken a little bit more than 1 hour to actually create an installation. Let's see like that. Now, finally, I'm starting to get very happy about this project. As you know, it's the overland project, so of course an overland bike should also have enough fuel to get overland. That's the whole point. And I just filled her up with just about a liter of petrol gas, just to see if everything holds tight. So I think there's only 2 things to do. One, we need to fit some stickers right about here, and we got to see if she will fire and if she gets fuel. I'm very excited. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.